Welcome back to another episode of Stay Healthy. I'm the host, Hunter Shannon, and it's been a couple of weeks. Just because Easter break, spring break, we're pretty close to being in finals. I think we're 3 weeks away.
Pretty close.
Really close. This week, we actually have two special guests. I think you guys are the first females on this just because of scheduling-wise. You guys are, they're part of the women's basketball team. The first guest is Ella Larsen. She is from Iowa, and they're both conference champs this year. Their first time in school history. That's pretty remarkable. But with Ella, she's a 3-time all-conference selection, so whatever, first team, second team, third team, whatever.
Yeah.
2-time All-American and an honorable mention All-American, so technically 3-time. And
Still
then,
2-time.
All-Conference Defensive Player of the Year this year. Our next guest is Cleao Murray. She's she's a transfer actually. She is a first team this year, and she's the newcomer of the year for this conference of Heart of America. Anything I missed for you guys?
No, I think you covered most of it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go from a couple of their stats with Ella. She really wants me to highlight her free throw percentage.
Please.
It's 85.4%. She averaged 8.8 rebounds per game, which is, I gotta find it again, 5th in NAI, which is quite remarkable. She is also 2nd in NAI with 231 defensive rebounds. So I didn't say that earlier.
Yeah, second.
She's 7th in NAI with 15.2 points per game. And then she's 11th in NAI with 90 assists per game. And then with Cleao, am I saying your name right, Cleao?
You are. You're nailing it.
Cleao.
Just making sure.
I prefer that.
Because it's to be honest, it's kind of a unique spelling for that type.
No, the A definitely throws people off.
Yep.
So, you're doing great.
Okay. She does not want me to highlight her free throw percentage.
Let's not. Let's cut it.
But she is 1st in NAI with points, 602 points. She is 2nd in NAI with 18.8 points per game. And then she is, I got to find it again. Well, I know she's not want to say this, but she's 1st in NAI for taking the most 3-point shots. I mean, when shooters are hot, they got to shoot. So.
Shooters shoot. That is what they say.
So, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with that. But we'll go with the first question. What's your guys' favorite event on campus?
I'm going to say GV Glow.
I'm going to have to go with bingo every time. I love bingo night, but, breakfast for dinner is a close second.
Hey, God. Have you even won bingo?
Never.
No.
But I love the event.
how it's your favorite.
I love going. I love hanging out.
Love losing.
It's super fun.
So, what are some prizes you like from the past 2 bingo experiences you've seen? What are the prizes you want to win?
I'm always loving they got some Apple products up there, whether it's a headphone or it's a
they had an iPad 1 year.
yes, like some of that stuff.
It was literally this semester, an iPad and an Apple Pen.
Yeah, see the Apple products, I just feel like that's such a steal. Like you just have to get 5 letters in a row or 5 numbers in a row. That's awesome.
And then the late night dinner, breakfast.
Oh gosh, I can't talk enough about the breakfast taquitos they have. They
I love
are
those.
so fire, and they're kind of spicy, but not super. Oh
Those
gosh,
are my favorite.
I rave about them all the time.
Do you get the breakfast burrito bowls, whatever they got?
No, cancel those.
just
Sorry,
the taquitos?
just the taquitos. I'm going through the taquito line far too many times.
Is that pigs in a blanket too? Do you get those once in a while?
Yeah. I'm hitting that a few times too. You know me.
Well, you, Ella, you just said GV Glow. What is? You experienced it twice. So.
Yep, technically, yeah. So freshman year, it was with the neon paint and a tent, and it was the best thing ever. Super fun. And then my sophomore year, it was in the gym with lasers, and the lasers were it was kind of cool because it's like the lights go off and on, and it's like every time they go off and on, you're looking at someone else. Like each time they go on. It's kind of like creepy, but I thought it was kind of cool.
The one thing I hate about Dark was they never finished a song. It would be halfway through or 3/4 way through and they would change. When it comes to GV Glow, they actually finished the song and actually with the same beat, tempo, whatever, it will be into the new song.
And wasn't it like a band freshman year? Didn't they have like performers?
They actually, it was actually a real life. It was the same company, but it was with the true DJ.
Yeah,
and then they had performers out there throwing paint out, whatever.
That was really fun.
And then this year DJ kind of got booed off. Or last year got booed off because he was so bad because he couldn't finish the song. And once the new DJ came in with 30 minutes left, it was a lot better, but it was too late.
I do like how they're requesting songs this year.
I do.
I like that.
Have you guys requested a song yet?
And where are we seeing that? Because I have so many songs to request.
I think it was on my GVU.
My GVU, you gotta scroll a little bit. It's the
okay.
top 10 song requests. They'll put it in the playlist for them.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, top 10.
So,
I didn't read that part.
Yeah, it's song requests, but yeah, you can.
I'm gonna submit mine 20 different times then.
And then I probably with the most likes, so you guys can like each other and tell Michael to like your posts or your basketball friends.
Better like my song.
No.
Okay.
What happens if it's the same song?
I won't like yours.
Still no.
But how'd you get into basketball? We'll start with that question first.
Loaded question. My parents were both athletes. My dad was a women's basketball coach since I can remember. So I've kind of grown up playing basketball since I remember, and I had 2 older sisters that also played. And I just kind of got into it that way, started going to camps during school, and my dad was an assistant coach for the women's team. And we had a camp going on, but I was, I think, 1 or 2 grades below, but I had a really good class, and they're like, oh, well, if you guys want to, we can bring you up a grade and you guys can just play with these girls. And so we started early and basically just been playing ever since, and always in the gym during high school and middle school, and it's just something that I fell in love with, so that's how I got here.
My story is not quite as inspiring, I would say. I was a diehard gymnast from like birth, basically, and I was pretty good little gymnast, I'm not gonna lie. And 8th grade rolled around, and I had to decide if I was gonna pursue travel ball or if I was gonna be a gymnast and do the whole like half day in high school thing and then train the other half. And I came home from school one day and just ended up quitting gymnastics and picking basketball, and it's kind of stuck ever since. And I think in high school I really fell in love with it, and I mean, here we are today, so I'm still balling. I'm still having a great time.
Leading the NAI with points right now.
Yep, that's what I hear.
That's crazy.
Gymnast. I used to be a gymnast until we got to the splits portion, and I quit.
Fair.
So,
I split the beam, and that did it for me. And I was just like, I'm out of here.
I can barely touch my toes.
I can't. Like, we're doing the sit and reach test kind of with the Dr. Z class, and I went negative. Like, he's like, just needs improvement. He's like, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That'll happen.
And why'd you guys pick Grandview since, Cleo, you're a transfer, LLU, signed here?
Yeah, I did. I signed here when Kelly Greenway was here. She's now at Drake, but
Oh, good for her.
Yeah,
She's the head coach there?
No, she's an assistant.
Okay.
I don't know what level, but she got an assistant coaching job the summer of my freshman year, and it was like a little after graduation, after the year was over. She was like, hey, like, I gotta Zoom you guys, like FaceTime, can we chat? And she told us, and it kind of sucked because I came here, one, for the team because the people I met, it was just a great atmosphere. I love them. It was like Shannon and McKenna when they were here and all them, but I got to meet with some of them, sit down with them, talk to them, and they just made me feel like really welcomed and everything. And I liked Kelly, and she knew one of my track coaches, so we connected that way too. And I just thought she was really nice, really kind, honest, and like she would tell me what I need to improve. And she didn't really tell me that I would be playing. She's like, we got a lot of good girls in front of you, so you're gonna have to work hard. But I think if you develop right and can develop into like college and high school, it's 2 different playing fields. So that's why I came here.
Yeah, my story's a little bit different here. So last year I attended Missouri Western down in St. Joseph, Missouri. to D2 in the MIAA, and I had just a really negative experience, I would say, team-wise, and then coaching staff-wise. There was a lot of behind-the-scenes things that maybe happened that ruined that experience for me, and I was one of 7 that ended up leaving after our season ended. So I initially didn't put my name into the portal because I just had such a horrible experience. I was just done playing basketball. And May kind of rolled around and I was like, I may as well just put my name into the portal and see what happens. So I put my name into the portal, and Jasmine actually reaches out within a couple hours of my name being in the portal, and she's like, hey, I saw your name's in the portal. I'd love to get on the phone with you. So I got on the phone with her, talked to her a little bit, and then kind of a cool story. Both my parents actually went here, and I'm from Ankeny, which is just 15 minutes up the road. So obviously, it's a little comeback home story for those of us who know me. I don't know. And so obviously, I went on my visit, and I went on one other visit, and I was just kind of I'm just gonna go for it. I think try one more year, and if the basketball piece just isn't working out for me, I'll just be done playing. But took a little bit of a leap of faith and came here, and it's probably the best decision I've ever made just because I've met so many great people, and it's just I'm close to home, and I love being close to my family.
There's a funny story. I actually gave you your tour one
I
time.
know. I didn't know if you remembered that, but you did.
Because they're like, hey, this person's a highly recruited basketball player for right now. Can you give the tour? I was like, can you give me a class? And yep. I was like, sounds good. So I gave the tour, and then I helped you move in because I got kicked off my duties. Go help her move in. I was like, sounds good. So that's what I thought was a little funny.
Yeah, good times. I didn't know if you remembered, but you do.
Yeah. Yeah. When Heidi is her name, wouldn't know how to move in. She's like, can you help her move in? I was like, and then your parents recognized me right away. I was like, yeah.
Chris will do that. Chris never forgets a face.
So I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a funny story when I had to help you move in. I was like, this is full circle.
Right?
What made you stay motivated to pursue basketball in a collegiate setting?
For me, I think I just liked basketball so much. It was really my identity in high school, and I just really wanted to keep playing. I couldn't really call it quits after high school. I just decided it wasn't enough. So I wanted to play 4 more years. So, yeah.
I would say the most motivating thing for me has been my junior year. I actually blew my knee out. It's the start of COVID almost. The end of COVID-ish. We could start playing again and have more than 10 people in a building. We started AAU practice, and I blew out my entire knee, my second practice back, and I was sat out for 10 months. So I missed my entire high school season. I was back for the last 3 games, which obviously just wasn't enough. And then I had my senior year, and I just honestly decided when I tore my ACL, I was laying in bed for months at a time, and I just really couldn't do anything. I just decided that I'd missed out on a whole year, and I was like, I really don't want to be done. I want to keep playing, and that's probably been the most motivating thing for me is just thinking back and remembering what it was like to not be able to play. And so that's been super motivating and just really taking it all in because obviously, my career is going to end eventually and I'll be done eventually. So I'm just enjoying it.
Just put your name in the draft.
Hey, that's what I heard.
Caitlin Clark.
First rounder right here, guys.
This can be past or present. What's your favorite memory of basketball? So it could be when you first started, or it could be 2 days ago playing a pickup game.
Oh, that's so tough.
Brutal question we got here.
Is it? I personally loved AAU travel ball, just all those weekends spent together with friends and teammates. I think it was just a really cool experience, just playing basketball all day against great players and then heading to hotels, swimming, eating pizza or whatever together, I'd say that's my favorite memory. Or even in college, we went to Florida my freshman year, and I thought that was super fun to be at the beach because I don't travel a lot. Even during AAU basketball, it was we weren't all Iowa Attack and traveled everywhere else. We basically were in driving distance.
Were you in your hometown AAU team? Or was there a selective?
We did the AAU teams that I played for, I kind of moved around, but it was it was basically groups of girls from different schools that were in my surrounding area, and we're like, hey, let's put these teams together. Let's make it a group, So I did that all my AAU years.
I can't say much. Mine was my just hometown because, and then we would mollywop everyone, and then
it was basically my middle school, like my grade when I was in middle school. It was basically us, and then plus a few girls for a little bit, and then it started developing to like more schools around us during my high school years.
Okay, guys, I have a two-way tie here. I'm sorry. But I would have to go off of Ella a little bit. I would say the AAU travel ball weekends were just super fun. I know specifically one weekend for me was the Nike tournament in Chicago, my last year of AAU, and we ended up playing Diana Taurasi's,
no way
team that she sponsors. Anyway, guys, I don't want to brag, but I dropped 40 that game. I was a baller. Gino was sitting on the sideline, Diana Taurasi sitting on the sideline, and I'm like, what is going on? We lost.
Please tell me you got a picture with them, though.
Oh, God, no. They were up before the game even ended.
Shoot.
We ended up losing. I foul out. Tragic.
With 40 points, you fouled out.
I know. And I was the GOAT. I don't want to brag, but I was the GOAT. And anyway. So that was probably one for me. But my other one has to be this year. I'm just thinking about the practice that we're not really having that great of a practice. Jasmine leaves. She's frustrated. She comes back with Rice Krispie treats. And she just gives us all a Rice Krispie treat midway through practice. And she's like, guys, you guys just need to pick me up. Here's a Rice Krispie treat. Gives us all a Rice Krispie treat. And we just go on with our day like nothing happened.
Yeah.
She's in a good mood. We're in a good mood. And we just go on. And that was just something I was not expecting. I have to be so honest with you.
You should go up to Gino and be like, hey, do you remember me?
No.
I dropped 40 you guys.
And Gino would not remember me. That's the problem. Because he was not there to watch me. That's for sure.
So at the Nike tournament or during your AAU days at Ella, did you see any good players that you were like, oh, they're going somewhere?
I played Tessa Johnson, which she kind of went off today actually in the national championship. I think she went for 20 points. She's a freshman at South Carolina. She's the GOAT. I don't know today. Well, today she was the GOAT. I played with Caitlin Clark. She was super good too. I don't know.
Did you?
Mean, we practiced with her, and she would just yell at us all the time.
See,
She's the mama mentality right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I was not all I would attack, playing with all these big names, big players. We went to, the lower level tournaments, you could say, or, we were earlier on in the day and, not, I can't name drop anyone.
So
I don't
you
think
are
I
there,
can.
Caitlin Clark. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Basically,
they're talking about you on
I'm the
whatever
low level
podcast they're on.
Caitlin Clark. I think I know, I know names and, some people have, maybe gone D1 or, D2, but, very small schools. I think I know some girls who went to Northwest Missouri State. I knew a girl who now plays softball at Alabama, which is cool. She went to DMAC.
The funny story about Alabama's softball coach, he actually coached my high school baseball team. And then
Really?
they didn't want to pay him, so he kind of went to Alabama.
So kind of.
That's
yeah.
a big
Bama wants
jump.
to pay him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But with the big names, I played against Cole Henry and Xavier Foster, and they both dropped 40 on us. We lost 102 to 50. They were doing windmill dunks on us in 8th grade.
My neighbor actually used to date Xavier Foster, so he would be just walking outside to his car, and I'd just be in the driveway shooting hoops, and I'm giving him the wave, and he's giving me the wave, and I don't know what was going on.
We're best friends.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, then the best player by far we ever played against was a dude from North Lynn. He plays at Upper Iowa University right now. He took their 12th seed. They never won out of the first round. They went to the Sweet 16, and he was dropping 30 points for them and just going off for them. And then he has one more year of eligibility. There's articles that he wants to go D1, but there's also articles that he wants to put his name in the draft. So we don't know which one.
That reminds me, I did play with some players who went to Minnesota State as well.
So can D2 players get drafted? That's my next question.
Yeah, it's
can.
It's like football. You guys can get drafted.
We can get drafted. Why
I'm
don't
not
we
putting
put
my
our
name
name
in
up?
I'm not putting my name in, but
I'm gonna put it in just to say I
What are the
did.
chances of a Division II player getting drafted in real life?
If I'm gonna go from the football aspect, pretty high.
Okay, football fair. Football's fair.
Football, and I think there's less draft picks in football, and then unless they trade picks and all that stuff. But I think there's less picks in football than basketball, and D2 and D3 schools are even going. So
Wow. So we have a good chance, Ella.
yeah, so
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
put your name in the draft.
I'll put my name in
Just text Jasmine like, hey.
just to say I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for next year. There's too many good people this year.
I can't wait.
So,
This is my last year.
so just put your text to Jasmine like, hey, it's.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, but I gotta go to the
I hope you
WNBA.
can support my decision.
Just make a huge Twitter thing. I mean, like, there's people from NAI like making these huge Twitter things, like putting their names in the combine for football. So they didn't go, but they're like doing all this stuff because they didn't get
But
accepted.
the graphic was sweet, I'm sure.
I mean, they didn't get accepted, but they put their name in there. So
Imagine the post I could make out of that. They'd
there's
be like, no, you don't need to do that.
No, yeah.
there's 2 Grandview football players playing in the NFL right now. Dallas Flowers, he's playing for the Colts.
That's a sweet name, first off.
It's Dallis. Dallas.
okay.
Dallas Flowers. And then there's one more that's on the practice squad for I'm drawing a blank on his name. Oh, he's playing the UFL, but Nate Wieland, he was on the practice squad for the New England Patriots. Now he's in the UFL starting and just going off for them. So there's 2 players playing the high level.
In the big leagues.
From
Wow.
NAI. I mean, you guys have a chance.
You guys never count us out. That's what we've learned
No.
today, okay?
With basketball, you guys kind of have like a few days in between games. How important is sleep? Especially road games.
Oh gosh, well, super important because our conference is very widespread. So, I mean, we're kind of always leaving early in the morning, trying to catch up on sleep on the buses. I mean, I always had to ride the bus home. Cleo didn't really have to.
I never rode the bus
Yeah.
home.
In high school too?
In high school, I had to, but
College is a different level right now.
yep. Yeah, just to piggyback off Ella, I'd say sleep. I mean, I can't speak enough about this topic because I love and need sleep, but I think sleep is just the easiest way for me to recover. I mean, obviously, we had quite a few people this year playing like 30 to 40 minutes every single game, so it was just super important for our bodies to recover for that, 2 or 3 day turnaround.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What is your weightlifting / training look like in season? So when you're at Grandview.
In season, I think we did, 2 days a week?
Yeah.
2 days a week for lifting, and then, yeah.
And then we'd have one off day every week usually. So we'd practice the other days on top of that. But
And then, depending on games, sometimes we would have practice on Saturday or Sunday, but that
like
was
a
very rare.
Like a stretch type practice, like just getting shots
Kinda,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or even like during season when we had a stretch of 3 games, we would come in and just shoot for half an hour, 45 minutes just to, stay loose and whatever.
I will say our coach is really good about that. I think especially when we did have maybe back-to-back games, or we had a case where we had a makeup game. She is really good just about getting us in the gym, obviously, so we keep our stroke and stay active a little bit, some active recovery, but not pushing us too hard to the point of maybe being tired or overworking us.
Yeah.
What does it look like out of season? So when you're at home and not at Grandview.
Well, for me, I'm staying in Des Moines this year, so I think I'll be going to more open gyms, doing some more workouts and all that. But last year I was at home for the summer, which is 2 hours away. So we do this thing called Summer League, and we got together with, I think it was DMAC, Simpson, and some other surrounding colleges, and we brought everyone together, split them up into teams, and we would play 1 or 2 games for 4 Sundays. So I did that last year. But other than that, our coaches are really well. They always say, summer is the time to make money. Get a job, do whatever. You do you, take your time off. So, yeah, nothing's really required. But obviously they recommend that we stay in the gym, stay fit, whatever.
Stay fit.
Stay
you
fit.
heard it here first.
Stay fit.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as Ella. Last year, obviously, I think our coaches have been super good just about kind of laying the facts out that obviously summer is our time off and time to make money and do our own things, spend time with our families, travel, whatever. But obviously staying in the gym is super important. They send us like workouts that we can do. We can get in the gym here, get shots up. I think obviously for me, I like to play pickup as much as I can just because that keeps me in the best shape. So whether that's here or up at my AAU club, I know like my old coaches host stuff sometimes, so I'll go up there and play pickup with some other alums.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it is. It's because you never know. Like,
Can
my
you invite
McDermott's
me?
walking in the gym. Of course.
You can invite me.
Of course.
Let me know when you're
so,
going.
that's always fun. Good to see some old friends, too. So I think it just kind of depends. I feel like you just kind of do what you have to in the summer.
I know being a student athlete, you have the cafeteria availability. What's your nutrition look like in season?
It's not good. It is totally not good because I am a sucker for dark pop. Like, I see dark pop, I'm getting that right away. But I love the calf nuggets, and I can't stay away from them. Or like their crinkle cut fries.
Are we
Love the
gonna
fries.
Throw the corn dogs in there because the corn dogs are fun. Oh, God.
I got a corn dog a few weeks ago. Super dry, super hard. Could barely bite it. I was like, this is awful.
Oh, my God.
I always try to get a salad,
The
but
sweet
I
potato
never.
fries are my weakness.
Those are good.
Okay, fair.
I never end up eating the salads that I get, which, whatever. But some days I'll try to get soup here and there. I mean, I don't know. In the winter,
That's
I'm
kinda
like, I
healthy.
love soup.
That just fills in the cracks of like
it does.
everything, so you're fine. To go along with that, I think, I try to eat pretty healthy. I eat a pretty good breakfast usually, full of protein. My lunch, I usually have a salad. I hit Einstein's. I'll get a little salad at Einstein's or like I stick to salad and like chicken or like a wrap or something. And then dinner is where it falls short for me. I usually try and get a little chicken, but I just think I need to treat myself after practice. So
That's so fair.
I'm always having a sweet treat, and that is just my downfall every time. But I'd like to think that I eat decently healthy. I drink a lot of water, so I don't do too bad besides my little sweet tooth I have.
Sweet tooth is so real during season. It's everywhere we go after games, we're like, we need chocolate, we need ice cream, we need something after like all the salty food.
And Jasmine just helps
she feeds
us.
into it, and I'm like,
she's like,
let's do it.
Let's go get a Frosty.
And like, especially this season when she was pregnant, she's having cravings too. So we're like, okay, let's go walk next door to like, let's walk over to the street and like get some Dairy Queen or something.
Advantage. Yep.
Because at Nationals this year, I think it was Nationals, or was it just an away trip where we walked way over? It was Wendy's.
It was CMU. We went to Wendy's.
Got some Frosties, and it was the best thing ever.
It was awesome.
There's a hydration mix that I use because I have a sweet tooth. I love cheesecake. Love it. There's a hydration mix I use that literally tastes like cheesecake when I'm just drinking water. It's so good.
Don't know if I'd like that. Liquid
What
cheesecake.
kind of cheesecake do you like?
Any type.
Okay.
And it could be plain, could be berry.
I'm a sucker for
just
plain.
No peaches cheesecake.
Okay. Respect. I'm a berry cheesecake gal, so
berry.
I had to get your take. Yeah, like blueberry. Brutal for me. I'm gonna eat that whole thing.
Like the Walmart variety pack of cheesecake.
The sampler.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I love a good cheesecake sampler.
So like I can just sit there and be like, this is mine. There's like videos I'll see like people taking like 2 cheesecakes, put it on the plate, and they just take the box and they just leave the plate of 2 cheesecakes. What does your nutrition look like out of the season? So where you're at home or since you'd be living at Grandview or not in Des Moines at Grandview?
Honestly, I feel like it's a little better because I am like taking these breaks to myself, so it's not like I'm having practice every day where I'm burning a whole bunch of calories, so I have to eat them all back, and just to feel energized. But I feel like it's pretty decent. I try to get in a lot of protein. Like for breakfast, I do protein shakes or like a protein bar or whatever. I'm not really big on breakfast food, but I don't think it's that bad out of season because I know I'm not working out, so it's like, well, you have to be like conscious of what you're putting in your body if you're not working out, burning off all these calories. So, yeah.
My nutrition is great out of season. Let me tell you guys something. I live in Whole Sweets here. Can I say that on here? Hopefully.
You can. You
okay.
Can if you want.
They're
not going to know what that is.
Okay. Well, I live in a dorm here that doesn't have a kitchen, so I don't have access to any like cooking anything. So obviously out of season, just in a few weeks here, I'll be moving home. So I'll have access to like a full kitchen, which I'm super excited about. You know, I love breakfast. I crave breakfast. I go to bed excited to eat breakfast because I love breakfast so much. So I'm going to make some eggs in the morning, a little avocado toast. Like I'm going to have a protein shake. Like I'm going to fuel my body in the morning with some really good stuff. And obviously have access to a kitchen, and my mom does a really good job of grocery shopping for me, which I really appreciate. And I have a lot of healthy options that I can eat for all my meals. So I feel like I eat a lot better out of season also, just because I do have access to a kitchen and just so many more things.
There's what type of eggs you see you make?
Okay.
Eggs?
You better say scrambled.
Only
Good.
I will go for the over easy every once in a while if I'm feeling crazy.
That has to be on toast though.
Oh, yeah. Or at least dip your toast in the yolk.
Yeah.
See, I have a kitchen.
What do you mean no?
I
No,
have
guys.
a kitchen because I'm in whole apartments and I don't even want to cook. But that's basically just because I don't want to buy groceries.
And that's fair.
So
and
it's
that's
like-
fair.
I act like I don't have a kitchen to
But you
cook.
have full access.
Full access, everything, fridge, microwave, whatever you need, I got it.
You never know.
I made homemade chicken Alfredo a couple days ago.
Oh, I love Alfredo.
Yum.
I'm the only one. I fed my roommates. I was the only one that got food poisoning. Everyone else was fine. I was like, what are we doing here? So I had to throw that away because just the smell of it right now just makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
But they're like, do you have any leftovers? Like, dude, I had to throw it away. So, but I made homemade chicken Alfredo. I go through a nutritionist called Ekin. I mean, you guys can probably go through them since being an
I
athlete.
did try Ekin during summer for 30 days, but it's not for me.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's
Well,
really
I saw
hard.
my scores and I'm like, I swear I'm not eating like that bad. Or I found it was like hard to get all my
The star
protein in.
levels?
Yes.
Don't worry about the star levels.
And the rings.
Don't
the
worry
rings
about
too.
that.
I'm like, I'm trying to eat as much protein as I can and I physically cannot.
What he told me, he's like, once you get off of this, because I'll be going to University of Wisconsin soon.
Go Badgers.
You a Badgers fan or something?
Nope. Not at all.
Just go Badgers.
No, I'll be going to the University of Wisconsin for my master's, my second year. So next year I'm coming back. Yay. So they were like, get a food scale. So if you don't have a food scale, and if you want to eat healthy, weigh your food. Like I have this thing on my phone in the notes page that took me like 3 hours of like how much protein is in a chicken breast for 100 grams. So it's like 27 grams per 100 grams of chicken breast. So it's a lot. So if you want to learn how to maintain or just even eat healthy, it's just the food scale will help out a lot.
I think I have seen wrestlers bring food scales
Yep.
into the calf.
They have
And I'm like,
e-kits.
wow, I kind of want one of those.
I just can't relate. I'm sorry. I don't want to weigh my food before I eat it. I'm going to eat those 2 Oreos, though. That's for sure.
The main thing about it is if someone is struggling to lose weight or if you want to maintain weight or gain weight is eat at night. An hour before, because I eat egg whites at night because it's a slow protein burner. So throughout the entire night, you're slowly burning fat and maintaining that protein. And when you wake up, you're not starving. You have some sort of like I don't want to say hangover time, but like some sort of time. It's like 15, 20 minutes, and then you're hungry. So you have that time where you're waking up. So that's your shower time, whatever you need to do.
I absolutely love that. I feel like I've always been told, like, you're not supposed to eat, like, past 8 o'clock.
No.
Like, yada, yada, yada. I'm like,
I eat.
I'm hungry.
For my weight, I eat about 200 grams of egg whites. I measure it out, put it in a bowl, measure it out, put it in the pan, cook it, and then 2 pieces of bread, and then hot sauce. Oh, can't go wrong with hot sauce.
Chalupa, or what kind of hot sauce are we talking?
I use all kinds. I work at a kitchen store at my hometown, so I use that hot sauce once in a while.
Okay, fair.
It's called.
Fair answer.
It's a military brand, so
Okay.
it's really.
So
really good.
that's how you know it's good, probably.
Yeah, everything I have is military brand or it's female owned. So that's the main philosophy of my hometown retail store. So it's either female owned or military. So or very very local. Like we're the only one in the state of Iowa that sells it. So like I have this mustard that we're the only place in the state of Iowa that sells this mustard. It's super good, super good. But yeah, so if you want to maintain weight or gain weight, just muscle mass or anything like that, eat an hour before you go to bed or 30 minutes, no less than 30. So we have that.
I got to keep that in mind.
I did not know that, and that's what you get for being a finance major.
And I'm a biology major, so I feel like I should have somewhat known that.
Yeah, well, no.
Yeah, you're not even close to
No, I'm going to stick over here with my equations.
Before we head to the next question, what was nationals like? Because this is kind of like leading into the next question.
Oh, it was so long ago, I honestly,
Since you've been
it's
there
a blur.
3 times.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times you've been to nationals. Oh.
Just once for me. Yep. I'm a newbie, guys.
So.
Well, we were at Dakota State, and there's nothing in Madison, South Dakota. And it was really cool because we had, host, and they were, trying really hard to, make this memorable for us. So we had, a luncheon the day before our game, and they fed us soup and sandwiches.
Soup was fire, beer, cheese.
It was really good.
German beer
I
cheese,
love their potato
so
salad.
Good.
They had potato salad, and it was fire.
Is it regular or mustard? There's 2 different versions.
I think it was mustard.
I don't like potato salad or mustard, so don't ask me, guys. I'm sorry.
Are you a coleslaw person then?
No.
Oh,
Leave all that on the other side of the table. Away from me.
But we did that, and then we had a photo shoot.
Yeah,
a
that
little
was
photo
fun.
shoot.
That was fun.
really cool.
Do you guys have the photos?
No. Or I think we have the video though.
Yeah.
Because we took all these photo shoots or small video clips, and they clipped them together. Super sick. Loved it. The guys were really good at it, and they were pretty young too.
Yeah. It was just a good, the host did a really good job, I feel like, of just making us feel welcome. I don't know. They did just really cool things. They decorated the lobby. They put our stickers out in front of the hotel.
Is there volume on this?
I turned it down.
Okay, good. I don't want to get copyrighted.
I'm pretty sure I turned it down, yeah.
So, yeah, they just did a really good job, I feel like, of making it feel special for us, like Ella said.
Oh, and we got, a little gift basket. I don't know if you said that, but...
snacks and,
And they had this little popcorn bag, and it had the NAIA logo on it. I was like, oh, that's cute.
That's pretty cool how they have, the background of the grand view.
Yeah.
The victor, the head of the victor.
And, yeah, they had... cut out heads for all the teams that were there, and ours is in our locker room right now, but that thing's huge.
It looks huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good, just overall experience, I'd say.
They made the most of it for being in just Madison, South Dakota. No hate on that, but...
There's nothing there.
Right.
There's literally, you had the college, that's about it. So with that, what was the hardest challenge you had to overcome in basketball or your personal life?
It is pretty tough balancing school and basketball, especially, they always say junior, senior year in college is really tough and it's loaded. And that's my semester right now is very loaded. I have a bunch of labs and, actually have tests in my classes now. I used to not have test ever, or they wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't be that hard, but.
What?
No.
You're kidding.
Shut up. But no, I literally had 3 tests every week that we've had tests in 3 of my classes. It's genetics, histology, and some other hard chemistry. Chemistry 2, and I hate chemistry 2. It's awful. Anyway, had those 3 tests all within 3 days every time we take a test. So it's nonstop that week. Don't talk to me that week, or I will probably snap at you, because it's I'm studying up all night, up early in the morning. It's a grind really throughout basketball season, and it is a long season because we have preseason, the whole season.
Start for you guys?
Basically, once we get here, I think we get about a week to settle in after school starts, and then I think we normally start open gyms or workouts or stuff. But this year we did running on the track, and it was tough. It was rough because I am
in all caps.
I'm not a runner. I'm not a runner, and we ran a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
I would say my biggest challenge I've had to overcome was definitely my knee injury in high school. I just think that was a really tough situation and just a really tough pill for me to swallow. I think you never think it's going to happen to you. You watch people around you go through it type of thing, and then it happens to you and you have to have surgery and you're on crutches and you're rehabbing 5 or 6 days a week and you can't even do small things. You can't walk normal. Like, you're trying to figure out how you're even going to get back on the court ever again. And it's scary. I would say it's more mental than physical in my opinion. And I'd say that was probably just the biggest challenge for me, was the mental aspect of it. But I think after going through it, and it's been a couple years, I can kind of look back and say that I learned a lot about myself in that time. And it's a little bit of a metaphor for life, in my opinion, that it's not always going to go maybe as planned. So it does, I think basketball and just that and overcoming that has just taught me a lot more about my life, more than maybe it did about basketball or coming back or rehabbing or anything like that.
That's deep.
Thanks, guys. Yep, I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
This one could be deep too for you guys. Who's your biggest influencer?
I'm gonna say my dad for sure.
I'm also gonna have to go with my dad. I love my dad. He's the GOAT, and he is my biggest influence, I would say, in everything I do.
For sure.
Okay. Unless you guys want to say.
Do you want us to elaborate?
You can say a reason if you want to. You don't have to. You don't want to.
I don't know. My dad's just super kind. He's like just a teddy bear. It's hard like not to love him, you know? And he's just your dad, you know? He's always there for you. I have 4 siblings, and he's had to deal with all 4 girls in the house. Oh. So he's a trooper
Girl
for
dad,
that.
girl dad.
Girl dad for sure.
Are you the baby in the family?
No, middle. Middle.
Tough.
It is tough.
I'm the baby.
It's a tough life.
I'm the baby in the family, so.
You're living life.
Not really.
Yeah, my dad, he has a little bit of a cool story. So he's been on his own since he was 14. So he's like 100% self-made. And I think he's my biggest inspiration in everything. Like, I admire everything he does. He works so hard. He is up at 5 a.m. and he's working until the sun sets, and then he comes home and he wants to be around my mom and I, and he has all this energy to just like hang out and talk to us and be around us. And I've just watched him like over the years. I think it's just so awesome to see all the work that he puts in and everything he's involved in, and his name's all over and his pictures all over, and everybody just admires him so much. And I think that I just want to live up to the expectation a little bit. I think it's hard to have, I don't want to feel like I'm in a shadow or anything, you know, like any kid does probably, but he's just like somebody that I look up to and admire, and I want to be just like.
Be them.
Yeah. Cut.
This one you can probably relate to a lot, Cleo, is what does mental health mean to you, especially with your ACL injury?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely become more relevant in my life, just with my whole knee injury situation, obviously. Because when my knee injury did happen, I would say for like 6 or 7 months, I would say my mental health wasn't awesome. Obviously, I think it comes in waves, and everybody is going through something that they're not talking about, obviously. But for me, it was like it was really hard to get out of bed. I didn't really have a purpose, I would say, because I was like, well, I don't have basketball, and I am basketball, and that's my identity. But I think, you just have to work through it. You have to get up and figure out other things maybe in your life that do make you happy, because you have to have more than one outlet, and you have to have an outlet, period, I would say. So I think it's obviously become pretty relevant for me, just in obviously basketball, but just in my life too, just to make sure you are taking care of yourself, because at the end of the day, like, you're really all you got.
What about you, Ella? Do you have a huge injury that affects your mental health, or
no,
just what is it?
I have not had any injury like that, no. The worst thing I had was a broken middle knuckle in 2nd grade from running on the playground.
I'm so glad you're still with us, Ella.
Thank you. It was really tough. That cast, it was on my left hand too, so it was very hard to write. No, but
did you learn how to write right-handed, or you just let the teacher do it?
I actually tried like putting the pencil like in between my thumb and my pointer finger, and I wrote like, it was weird. It was not good handwriting, and props to my teacher for being able to read it. But in all seriousness, I think mental health has been very big with us. I feel like especially in the past few years, like Cleo said, you don't know what's going on in someone's life. You don't know what they're dealing with. Relationships in college are hard. You're always thinking about what you're doing after college, where you're staying, how you're going to get money, like all these things are happening at once, and you have to try passing classes and, doing all these things. And you're kind of like by yourself if, you don't have parents around or like you don't have anyone to go to. But I just think it's important to kind of like accept that people are going through things, and if they're having a hard day, like ask them about it or like just be there for them. It's like in basketball, sometimes it's like, oh, why are you doing so bad today? But, you don't know what's going on. So
stop shooting like poop.
And with that, it's like who you surround yourself with, I think, makes or breaks your mental health.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something that I've definitely learned. It's like if you have really good, really positive, like really just fun people around you, like it's so much easier to maybe deal with the things that Ella's talking about, or deal with that stupid injury you have, or deal with maybe some things you have going on at home. Like it's just so much easier to like want to get out of bed and want to be there and be happy and be a little bit excited about what's going on.
That is one thing this year that really helped me is our team is like very close knit. We're hilarious, I think.
Oh God,
we are so
we?
funny. I think that was just like something that made my day last year. I was like, oh, I went to class like the whole day. I don't really want to go to practice. Like, this is awful, whatever. But then I get there and I'm like around all these people. I'm like, oh, like I missed you guys. Like,
Relatable.
I don't know. Actually,
Yes,
Okay,
I love you
okay.
guys.
oh, I love you guys too. But it's like, once you're there, it's like, oh, I'm glad I came. Like, I'm glad I have these people in my life. Like, I'm glad I can go to them. So I think that's really a big part of Grandview and kind of who we are as our women's basketball team.
What are some activities you guys do if you're struggling? Besides basketball, that could be an outlet. What are some, like, could be drawing, could be reading, writing, going for a run?
Mine used to be like coloring and doing puzzles. I love doing puzzles. But I think it is more, this is really bad to say, but sleep and TikTok. And that is awful.
You're crazy.
That's an awful outlet.
No.
But I do like to spend like time outside when it's nice. Just getting some vitamin D and going for a walk. And it does kind of feel better after a while, but I like doing that.
I like to shop. That's my outlet.
Do you actually buy the things?
Expensive outlets.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I either online. I prefer to go to the store just because I really feel really good when I'm in a store buying things. But other than that, I like yoga. I like to walk, like Ella mentioned. Another big one for me is just like hanging out with my friends. I feel like just having people over, like we'll sit on the couch, put on a TV show or something, and we just sit there and like, I like to think that my friends and I are the funniest people I've ever met in my life. Like, we're so funny. So they obviously just make it very easy to, a good outlet, I would say, is to just be around them and just, let's chit-chat, let's catch up.
That's such a good answer.
No, thank you.
Or even, like, for me, like, I don't care if we're talking or not. Like, as long as I'm, like, around someone, like, that's a good time for me. Like, I don't know.
Somebody fun, funny,
Yeah.
nice, awesome.
Like, for me, I don't care what I could hate it, but as long as I'm with someone like I truly care about, I'll have fun. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's with it could be with family, it could be with a significant other, it could be with my dog, it could be with anything, it could be with my nephews, whatever. As long as they're having fun, I'm having fun. Even though I really don't like going to museums, but my nephews like going to them once in a while. So, especially like aquarium, they have fun. Or like,
I love aquariums, so something your nephews and I have in common.
like,
I haven't been to one in a hot minute.
there's one in Dubuque by Clark.
No. Sorry, but no.
Haven't been to that one.
It's the Mississippi River one. Mississippi River Aquarium. It's right next to the casino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have been to museums in Des Moines before. Michael and I go in summer. We like find all these fun things to do, like go to the botanical garden and stuff and go to the museum.
Have you seen the mini bananas there?
I probably.
Have you done the scavenger hunt? Because they're always
No,
on the
I didn't do the scavenger hunt, but
Oh,
I
God,
did
you're
do
lame.
what do they call it? It's like light after dark or something.
Yeah, that's fun.
Michael and I went to that one time and it was pretty cool.
So I talked to my professor about this. What was it? Wednesday. Lecoq. Ever had a class with Lecoq?
No.
No. Okay. the entire class session, we talked about conspiracy theories.
Oh boy.
The entire time.
I love conspiracy theories.
And then we talked about haunted houses and then ghosts. I was like,
I like that topic.
Are you ever going to visit Vliska Askermurda house? He was like, no. I was like, why not? He was like, one, I don't believe in ghosts, and two, you can't see them. Like, you know how to kill a vampire, you know how to kill a werewolf, but with the ghosts, what are we going to do? I was like, call Ghostbusters. He's like, that's a fucking movie. I was like, okay, thank you. But he was like, what about fake haunted houses? He's like, nope. I'll sit in the cars and let my kids do it. I was like, what's your youngest one? He's like 4. So I'll sit in the car with him. That's about it.
He's on to something there because I've never been in a haunted house. I go with my friends.
Really?
I sit outside and I sip that hot chocolate and I wait for them.
I love how you
I
go
will
and you wait.
not be going in.
So my hometown, we have the 3rd most haunted building in the state of Iowa. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you can take visits and tours there. I mean,
do you ever see any ghosts?
No, because it's the operation room, so it's the MHI, Mental Health Institute.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird how we just got done talking about this, but
Fitting.
It's called the MHI, Independence Mental Health Institute, and there's 3 floors. On the 3rd floor is the operational room. That's the one that's closed off. So because a lot of people died there and all that stuff, you can't see, and that's where they hear a lot of the footsteps, and they'll hear their name being called all the way up to the stairs into the door that's locked into the 3rd room, just their name being called the entire time. And they hear children running and laughing on that floor room. So there's a lot of things that go on. And then we also have the 5th most haunted place. It's our police department, jail cells. They'll hear like barefoot walking on like cement. Like you guys obviously probably heard that, especially going into water park. They hear barefoot walking. They hear like, you know, like old movies, Western movies where they have like that cup and just hit the rails.
The rails, yeah.
They'll hear that, and I got sent a video like a couple weeks ago actually of them hearing that sound. So I was like, I want to take a visit.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
But I'm not.
Fake news, guys. Ghosts aren't real, and I'm gonna die on that hill.
So the one thing I do want to see is Vliska Askermurda house. Just see the reenactment or stay the night. Or there's this bridge called Viola Bridge next to me. It is a bridge that high schoolers
You don't catch me
off.
dead on a bridge. No thanks.
They drove off the bridge, and if you go there, if your car has dust on it, you can go in there, park in the middle of the road, and then you'll see your car being pushed, and then you'll go in the light, and you'll see fingerprints on it. And if you go there too many times, your car will get pushed off because they're pissed at you for going too many times. So it's pretty cool. I've done it once. It's actually cool. You actually do see the fingerprints. You actually do see your car.
It actually pushes
Oh, wow.
you?
Yeah, it slowly moves you. It looks like the road is just like shifting, but like your car is just literally slightly moving. Just you have to put it in neutral. It's literally flat, and you'll see your car literally just start moving this way.
It's crazy.
It's cool, but it's weird.
Yeah.
But
Wow. Crazy.
I have a whole book of like haunted places in Iowa. There's one I want to visit. It's like Rainbow Bridge, and you just go in there. There's a convenience store right next to it. You go there, buy a Hershey's bar, put it in the middle of the road, go hide in the bush. There's a certain bush you hide in. Come back a couple minutes later, you go to the candy bar, you open it up, and it's gone. So yeah, it's cool. So that's one thing I want to go see, but we'll just have to wait.
Let me know if that works. That's
I have
sick.
a lot of things I want to see, and Rainbow Bridge is not on there, but it might need to be added.
So moving on, just completely changing subjects. Can't use basketball as this. What does friendship mean to you, and how do you make friends?
Oof, that's tough. I think coming from a small school, it's like you're kind of forced to be friends with people in your grade, and you kind of learn just to like, I don't know, there are some things in common, but it's like you don't have anyone else to go to, so it's like you might as well be friends with people in your school. Like I graduated with 35 max, and yeah, didn't know like anyone. Well, I knew everyone, but it's I knew everyone, but it's like that's kind of all you got, especially in a small town. And it's like, who else are you gonna go out and like meet until you get to college?
How long was your graduation?
Not long.
15 minutes.
Honestly, I don't even know if we made it to an hour. It might have been an hour.
I think ours was 200, or not, Jesus, 2 hours, and we graduated with 119.
Yeah, and then I watched graduation here at Wells Fargo for Granby. I'm like, when is this gonna end?
How long is it?
last year, very long, but last year there was a speaker who just kept going on and on and on and like tangents and like, I feel like he didn't know what he was talking about.
Over under 3 hours.
I'm going to say about right at. It's got to be at least 3.
Oh, no. It's going to be a long
Gotta
graduation.
Beware.
Oh, it is. I also don't know, though, because I kind of just sat there and talked the whole time.
What about you, Cleo? What does friendship mean to you, and how did you make friends from being a transfer? Can't use basketball.
Right. So friendship for me, I have a little bit different of a story here. I graduated with over 500 people. So for me, it was more like you get to pick and choose your friends. So I would say I'm just very picky about the people that I want to hang out with and want to be around, just because I obviously want people with the same like priorities as me, or maybe I have a little bit like different friends that I go to for different things. But obviously I'm always looking for, I would say, like loyalty in a friend, like a fun time, a good time, like somebody who's funny, has my same humor, like big heart, like somebody I could pick up the phone and they'd be like there obviously for me at any time. And obviously transferring in, you don't really know, like you're just trying to, I would say for me, I was just trying to meet as many people as I could right when I got here. Going to like a lot of events, you know, obviously.
Bingo.
Boy, did I meet some people at Bingo. But obviously you go to a lot of events and you just really like get your name out there. I know I had a few people that I graduated high school with that already had gone here, so I reached out to them, and then just meeting their friends, and then you kind of you make your own network of friends. So I feel like it really just comes down to like putting yourself out there and wanting friends bad enough to like want to put yourself out there, and then you find your crowd, you find your people that you hang out with for maybe certain things or different activities. So it just takes time, but I think eventually you find your people, and you know, everything's right in the world when that happens.
I love that about colleges, that you can pick and choose, because it's like freshman year I was here, like I have a completely different friend group than I did freshman year, but I was like,
Transfer out, or they just drop?
One of them transferred, I'm pretty sure, but we kind of just like separated before she transferred, but
That's tough.
it wasn't too bad. But I do like that part anyway, because it's like you can be nice to people and then just be like, you know, you can't kind of ghost them. Mm-hmm. In college, it's like you meet them one night, it's like, okay, maybe see you later, maybe not. You know, and
you have like your school friends, you have your class friend, maybe you have your weekend friends.
Exactly.
Like your
there are definitely class friends.
Yes, which is just nice, because then you have just a variety, variety.
I can't say much about that. I mean, a lot of my friends graduated last year, so I don't want to say I had to start new with friends. I had a lot of the younger ones just because of being part of the View crew, being around the freshmen and all that stuff, and then being part of student leadership and the club. I get to meet a lot of people that I thought I would never actually truly meet. But like I'm kind of like as you, as like big heart. If someone needs something, they'll always call me, especially if it's 3 a.m., 3 p.m., whatever. Mm-hmm. They know that I can always be there for them, or same vice versa. Like I can call them, they'll more likely answer. But
loyalty is a big one. I like that. I love loyalty.
Thank you. Runs deep.
Deep.
What does a healthy friendship look like? You kind of explained it, but what is a healthy? The best answer I've gotten was you can shoot the shit and they'll shoot the shit back at you.
I like that.
Okay, healthy friendship here. I'm somebody who I want to be held accountable, but I want somebody that I can also hold accountable, I would say, in their life, like whether that's with their goals or what they're doing, or, like somebody that isn't going to take it too personal either, I think is important. So somebody who obviously going to pick you up on your bad days and tell you maybe what are you doing? Like you shouldn't be doing that. But somebody that I can say that to too, and then we can go get some ice cream an hour later and we're all good. Like, just a friendship that has a good balance, I would say, in the accountability and the fun and that piece of things.
I think that exactly explained me and my sisters. Like, I want friends like I am friends with my sisters. Like, always mess around, shooting shit, whatever. Can hold accountable, can yell at, can be mad at, not talk to for a week, and then best friends the next week. It's like someone you can walk into your house and they're like, oh, hey, their parents are, oh, how you doing? Literally just sisterhood.
Mm-hmm. Lean on them. Yep.
Lean on them, yeah.
We're getting close to the end. What does your playlist look like? without playing the music, what does your playlist look like?
Okay,
guys-
I go through seasons,
Oh.
and right now I'm mostly country.
Okay.
But during the season, cold times, it's definitely rap, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going through seasons. I have one season. I'm listening to country music every single day. I'm on that country grind. Love me some cowboy boots, cowboy hat. I gotta be so honest, guys. I'm really on a Luke Bryan kick right now. I just forgot how good he is, and I thought he was expired, but he's not, and I love him.
I'm on I don't know if you guys have seen One Tree Hill, but
Who
it's
hasn't?
like
No.
I'm on that playlist, like the Script, the Fray, like all these older songs, 2000s.
Good.
How to Save a
Love.
Life by the
Yes.
Fray,
Oh, Megan Maroney too. I'm on a Megan Maroney
love
kick.
Megan Maroney.
She's awesome.
Did you guys listen to Beyonce's new? I didn't know she was going country.
Colby showed me. Texas Hold'em, have heard.
Yeah, it's on everywhere.
Obviously, yeah. But the new album, no. Colby played a song for me. I'm like, I hate that. I'm sorry, but I hate it.
That is just not her aesthetic. I gotta be so honest. But you know, all the power to her because it's not too bad, but it's not my first.
You
pick.
know, it's better than all of her other albums that she has come out with. I'm like, I like your old ones. And then it's like a few years ago she came out with, I don't know what her albums are called, but
I don't know. Like she's more of a hip hop type thing.
One, yeah. Before, like, it was kind of like R&B almost, but it's just like her talking, singing the whole time. I'm like, I don't like that.
This might be a hot take, but I like Taylor Swift's country more than
Oh, debut album,
Yeah.
Till the Day I Die, for sure.
there's I recently started getting into Corey Kent a little bit.
Okay, he's good.
He is
Wild
really
as Her.
good.
Have you heard that? That's a good one. That's a good
on
one.
my playlist. I have 4 of them on my playlist, and I went to the State Fair. Saw the Jason Aldean concert. That was fun. He was the opener for that. So my favorite country artist was Rodney Atkins because that was the very first one I ever saw
Fair.
live. So that was really good. Yeah, but I'm mainly country. I grew up in a country town,
Yeah.
so I mean, about 90% of us are farmers from this town. So I mean, you guys probably had tractor day at school.
Sure did.
We did not know.
I even lived on a farm, and I just,
Drove your car
it's
to
still a
school?
season.
Oh.
I did drive my car. I was not participating in the tractor drive
I
because
did.
they're like, yeah, I got to wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. just to drive to school. I said, no thanks.
Respect for you to
I'll
not drive your
pass.
tractor.
I did 1 year, and it was one of the most difficult years that year for driving that tractor because it was so freaking windy. You'll be going straight, and all of a sudden you're just veering off. I'm like, oh, so I had to wait.
Tractor problems.
It was
Worst.
awful. And then like, the worst part was my boots got stuck in the ring of going up, so I tripped going up. So it was not fun. But anything else of the playlist? Like, you guys have some songs you guys want to request. What are your guys' songs?
That's tough. I'm not requesting country, even though I'm in my country era right now.
Oh, me
I
neither.
gotta-
JK, I'm gonna have to request some country. I'm gonna have to the classic, Save a Horse. That one's a classic.
That is a classic.
Never gets
yeah.
old for me. I love that song.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh yeah, and you have to, hit the little dance with it probably.
There'd be too much kicking going on.
Fake ID, that's a good one. If you guys know the line dance to that one, then you're awesome, and I'm awesome.
I'm
apparently.
loving up on Kenny Chesney right now.
All
Love
the Pretty
Kenny.
Girls by Kenny. I want to see him on
I
a
like
beach.
Take Her Home.
I want to see him on a beach.
Florida
I
Georgia Line is
actually-
also a good one. With the
I'm
Cruise.
not a huge fan of.
Cruise with Nelly, that's the best remix.
Have
country.
you heard what Brian, is that the guy, not Tyler Hubbard, but Brian, I don't know his last
Zach
name.
Bryan?
No,
Zach,
the other one of Florida Georgia Line. There's Tyler Hubbard and Brian, this other guy. They split, but Brian just released a diss track of Tyler Hubbard. So former Florida Georgia Lines, but it's called Kiss My Boots, and it's a banger, I can't lie, but the diss track to like country music talking about boots was crazy. but-
Brian Kelly.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
There's this one song I honestly really like. It was a go-to. It's a go-to in the summertime. Is 5'9". That's
Oh,
a
I
go-to.
love 5'9".
It's a go-to in the summer.
That
That's
is
a good one.
Summer vibe for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to country. First year of college, like no one's gonna listen to it, and then I'll just started getting into like hip hop and R&B and stuff like that, and then like COVID hit, and then everyone's listening to country during this time. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
looks like I'm going back.
Yeah.
I
They
love
converted you back.
Chase Rice.
Yes, we actually.
I'm
had
getting
him
back
at
into
State
his
Fair.
music.
Yeah.
He's good.
What's your favorite country song or favorite song in general?
Right now, I'm Luke Combs, Where the Wild Things Are.
Okay.
That song's like on repeat for some reason, because like I'll listen to rap, during this basketball season, then it's like country, and I'm like, well, now I'm behind on my country music, so I have to listen to all the old ones, and I just kind of like get caught up in those old ones. I'm like, these are bangers.
Okay, guys, this little bit of a dark horse here for me. But Greatest Love Story by Lenko, I think that's who sings it. I don't know for sure. Greatest song of all time, I can't even lie. Brings me to tears just about every time I listen to it. I love that song. I love it. That's going to be my first dance at my wedding. Mark my words, guys. I'm saying it here.
Mine it's a Chris Stapleton song. Drawing a blank on it.
It must be really good if you don't remember the title.
Oh, I gotta look it up now. But there'll be times like I'm driving home because I'm taking a class at DMAC. Driving home, just blaring this song. I was like, yeah, this is it right now.
This is a moment. This is a moment.
And then I get to class, I'm like, yeah, it's a true sad song at this point. It is Starting Over.
Hot take for me. I don't like Chris Stapleton.
What?
Hit or miss for me.
Did you like the national anthem he sang at least?
No.
What?
Didn't like. I love the national anthem, guys. I'm here to say that. I did not like his version, though, okay?
It's a very popular version a lot of people use nowadays.
I know. I don't like his voice. I don't like the fact that he just stands there.
It's he brings out his stereo, connects his guitar. That's all of his concerts.
I know.
It's his true voice.
And seeing him in concert, I was like, you're boring. You're boring. And I'm sorry, but that's how I feel, okay, guys?
It's just like, or Honky Donk with Donkey Donk. That was my favorite song growing up.
I love that song. And boy, can I sing it word for word.
I sang that from my grandma. When I was like 8 or 9. It was great.
And she was proud, probably.
She was not. Oh, she probably was, but just her facial reaction was like, what am I doing wrong with this right now?
That's funny.
Moving on. What's your best moment of 2023? So last year.
It was a long year. Best moment.
Just so many. Okay, best moment for me. I would have to say, okay, wait. Follow up. Biggest accomplishment or like favorite moment thing we did?
Whatever. Favorite thing in 2023.
Okay.
What was
See
it?
if my photos spark a memory.
Okay. I'd have to go. So let me set the scene for you guys. Summer 2023. My family and I travel to London. We go to Europe every summer, so it's kind of a fun little thing we do. But we're in London. We're at a little like pub. I don't even know what I'm doing there with what my parents and I are doing there, but we're at like this local pub sitting in a small booth. Like you can hardly move in there. It's super hot. And there's this guy like just playing his violin up on stage. And it was actually like the coolest thing I've ever seen in real life. Like the violin was awesome. He was awesome. Like he was singing. People were dancing like in front of on the little pub. Like it was like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Just, I don't even know what was happening, but, that's probably my best like favorite moment ever was just like, and something that I'll take with me and like remember forever just because it was so fun.
So I don't get to do fun things like that.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Not very often.
Hard follow-up.
But I did get to go to the Iowa game, the Final Four and championship game last year.
Oh.
So, and that was pretty sick. And then I also went to a Kenny Chesney and Kelsey Ballerini concert, and we were like second row from the stage, like directly in front in the middle, and Kenny was singing like, like All the Pretty Girls and was like pointing at me and my friend group. I'm like, that's sick. And then Kelsey threw her guitar pick at me. And I was like, that's sick.
Did you catch it?
Didn't catch it. No.
Do you have it?
I hit it. So I have like not hers specifically, but like they threw out other ones. Have one of those.
you're
but
fake.
well, no,
Fake fan.
the girl next to me is fake because she knew it was right at me, and then she bent over, picked it up, took it. I'm like, you suck.
I would have fought her. Just kidding.
What's a goal of 2024?
Be mentally stable.
Fair.
Honestly, like going through like roller coaster of emotions during like school and basketball, like they really suck. So it's like, I think learning how to like deal with mental health and like being like steady, level-headed, like throughout the whole year would be amazing.
Mine, I'm taking the LSAT in August. So my goal would be for 2024 to get a 165 or higher on the LSAT.
What's that?
It's an exam to get into law school that you have to take.
Oh, so you're going to be a lawyer or a judge?
You could be my lawyer.
Yeah, I want to be an attorney. So I'm going to law school after I graduate.
You have an idea where you want to go?
I'm looking more in the Midwest. I'm looking at Drake, Iowa, USD, St. Thomas up in Minnesota. So I'm looking at staying closer to home, but I guess, you never know what'll happen.
St. Thomas close?
Yeah. Not too far, which is nice.
Well, you guys have any closing remarks or favorite quotes or Bible verses you guys have that you want to share? They're keeping a secret from each other.
So there is one. It's like
Reveal.
1 Corinthians. It's about love, but I mean, that one doesn't really suit this podcast right now. So
Good call.
it's like the love does not boast. It does not envy. That one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah. Now I gotta find where I wrote it. Oh, Philippians 4:13. Everyone's heard this. It's I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and that's just like a quote I've heard all my life growing up. And I think like during middle school and high school, it's like I was all about sports, so it's like that was my quote I went to. It's like I can do this because of him.
My quote, I would say it's not actually like a real quote or Bible verse. It's actually something my dad always says. So when I tore my ACL my junior year, which everything just keeps coming back to that, but I know, big event, guys. But my dad, so I like went and got my MRI, whatever. I get my results, and my dad texts me, and he says this thing, and he says, "Keep your chin up. Good days are ahead." And it just like kind of became a thing, like. Obviously, last year didn't go to plan, and I just had a really bad experience, so it just kind of became, like, his thing. He always said to me, like, keep your chin up, good days are ahead. Like, it's just kind of, like, my go-to quote, and I feel like when things get hard or I'm having a hard moment, like, my dad always, I feel like, can read me pretty well, that he'll, like, send me a quick text or he'll say it to me, like, before a game, after a game, whatever, and it just is always, like, the little bit of, like, reassurance or, like, light that I need in that moment, and I just always really appreciate that.
Anything else you guys want to say?
Go
This
Vikings.
has been awesome. And School Vikes.
This was really fun.
Where can they find you? Any social media? Anything that you're selling as an ambassador that I didn't know about?
I'm not selling anything, but you can find me on Instagram, Twitter. You can find me on TikTok. I'm a little bit TikTok famous. I don't want to lie.
Oh, boy.
I don't want to, like, get on here and, like, think you guys think I'm crazy, but you can find me anywhere. Cleao_Joe is the tag for everything, so look me up.
I guess I love Twitter, but just look up Ella Larsen. It's SEN. You'll probably find me in one of my profile pictures. I don't remember all my usernames.
Make them the same, and then you will.
Mine's just literally my name, practically just different variations of it. I'll follow you guys on Instagram, and then I'll grab all the information, and then it'll be in the description of the video, so you can follow them if you want, ask them questions about basketball, about something about their health, or if you have something relatable story about an ACL tear or something like that, or
Don't come to me for that.
Nope, come to me.
Broken knuckle? I got you.
But thank you for listening, and as always, stay healthy.